First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit.
Let's go, baby.
Here we go, set, 15, line, 15 line.
Off the play fake. Lawrence. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Lawrence gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
You know, on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets every...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Back to throw. Lawrence. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Well, the offense has moved the ball pretty well on this drive, but now the defense are bowing their neck up a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, not only they're bowing it up, but I think they took a little bit of a gamble there because on 2nd down, they sent people after him and got him, and that puts them in a pretty good spot now to bring up a 3rd and long.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Riley Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Down, 50, plant. 61, matchbox, lights.
Off play action. Herbert. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, Charlie. Get it.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go.
There's a hush indeed.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I'm going to return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
2nd and 1. But he completes it to Cohen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Let's go, baby.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Hey, wahoo! Go! Get in the right room. 51.
Throwing on 1st down. Lawrence. That is caught by Cohen. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
On the team, you jet bomber. And Alpha. Ready?
From the gun, Lawrence. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Lamb. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. As his guys are in for 6 as the Bears push further out in front. 2 excellent drives for them to start this game, both ending with touchdown passes.
Yeah, they're off and running, even though they finished things off through the air. Gotta like what you're seeing from them so far. Being able to maneuver offense, take care of the football, and then ring that bell at the end with, as you said, 2 touchdown passes.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, 3rd down here.
Let's go now. 30 base. Hey, Haywood.
Let's put that team on the bus. 5-2 the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Hey, come on.
Deep dribble.
From the gun, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Shifts by him. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
This is Cullen. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Off the play fake. Lawrence. And the grab by Croft. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Flush to his right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. In for the score as the Bears push further out in front. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Especially when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
Whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
To throw again, Herbert. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Herbert throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down, Detroit. 16 yards on the pickup.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. Here's Matt Wild now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Cohen. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Just like that.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. To throw from his end zone, Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And then a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Back to throw. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing again. Herbert. The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, is still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence got a man. It's Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
2nd down and inches. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Hollywood Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 15 of the year as the Bears push further out in front.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something as safe as...
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Will Harris. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Set 53. There's a party now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. Looking to throw. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Off play action. Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 3rd and 5. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Off the play fake. Herbert. Flushed out right. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a first and 10.
Ricky. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go.
From the gun, Herbert. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's got this down to the 35. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
55.
On first and 10, Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 57. Mike, 57. Get it.
Throwing again on second and 10. Herbert looking deep down, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as they are able to cut into that lead. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut. And I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost. But sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops. There he goes again.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run. This is Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here we go again. Check safety. He's coming. Double up.
Topper.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Short throw hauled in by Croft. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
I like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Pull it high.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and 6. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Down. 30 base.
Off play action. Lawrence. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27th.
Hey, Haywood.
Come get some.
Yep. Hey, Jet. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
To throw again, Lawrence. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Hey, exit.
58, boys. 58. 58, Mike.
Let's go.
From the gun, Herbert. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Looking to throw. Herbert buying time to his left. And he'll complete this one to Fulgham. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call you.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
15, Ronnie. 15 line. 5.
From the gun, Herbert going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Back to throw. Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st down, Herbert, he's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Herbert. Catch made by Fulgham. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Operating from the gun, Herbert. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. First down, a run with Cohen. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. The Bears on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Lawrence. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 45. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead.
Ready.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Ready.
They'll try to counter here. Cohen. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Montgomery. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Flush to his right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Lawrence. He gets it to Brown. Complete. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Off the toss, Cohen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They try again with Cohen, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
60 outlaw.
Watch number 29.
Hey, wahoo! Shoot!
From the gun, Lawrence, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48.
And that one? Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
On 1st down, it's Cohen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And Justin Coleman brings him down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So this one in the win column for the